I don't get the name and likeness ownership, or at least
Human
50-50.
connection. Every day, we open our devices, we scroll, we click, we watch. But what we choose to consume reveals far more about who we are than we dare to admit. On streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, HBO, the numbers are clear. Crime thrillers, murder documentaries, true stories of violence and chaos. They consistently dominate the charts, outpacing romance, outpacing comedy, outpacing stories of hope. Why? It's not just curiosity, it's something deeper, something buried in the architecture of the human mind itself. Identification. We are drawn to what we recognize, consciously or subconsciously. When millions binge watch a serial killer documentary, it's not just fascination with evil, it's a mirror. Inside every human being are dark thoughts, urges, flashes, forbidden imaginings. Most of us never act on them. Society trains us not to.
So how do you want to do it? You want to
move the couch?
Yeah, let's just move the couch.
All right.
We should just stand right here. We should just.
Come on, yeah, what would you have me move the couch for?
Religion warns us not to, but the thoughts are there. And in the safe cocoon of entertainment, we allow ourselves to flirt with them, to taste them, without consequence. Watching a killer story unfold is, in a sense, living vicariously through them. Not because we want to kill, but because we recognize the chaos. We recognize the rage. We recognize the possibility within ourselves. And then we contain it. The difference between action and thought. The difference between the viewer and the villain is not the absence of darkness. It is the ability to resist it. Consider the serial killer and the serial bank robber. One kills for compulsion, the other steals for survival, for greed, or for strategy. Audiences understand, even empathize, with motive. But the one who kills without reason strikes a deeper, more fearful chord. Because if murder needs no reason, if destruction needs no purpose, then anyone could fall prey to it. Or worse, anyone could become it. Drill rap, violent entertainment. This is not confined to documentaries. The same psychological mechanism fuels the popularity of drill rap, of gangster films, of shows like Power, Snowfall, Breaking Bad. Violent, lawless, ruthless characters dominate our culture. We cheer for them, we cry for them, we live their rise and fall like it's our own. Why? Because these stories allow us to touch the primal self that society suppresses, the part that craves power without restriction, lust without consequence, rage without guilt. Entertainment becomes a pressure valve for the human condition, allowing us to live out our darkest possibilities through fiction. The Purge, fantasy. Films like The Purge made this metaphor literal. One night a year, no laws, no consequences. The fantasy is revealing. If rules disappeared, what would emerge? Most believe they would remain moral, remain just. But the success of The Purge shows otherwise. The fantasy isn't about surviving the chaos. It's about being allowed to unleash it, to be the hunter, not the prey, to be the king, not the pawn. Law, religion, and the necessity of without laws, without spiritual codes, humanity would crumble into tribal violence. It is not innate goodness that keeps the world spinning peacefully. It is fear. It is discipline. It is structure. Entertainment reminds us what lies beneath that structure, the raw chaos of the mind, and it quietly warns us, be grateful for restraint. Law and religion, often ridiculed, often resented, are the invisible cages that keep the worst parts of ourselves in check. We stare into the darkness. We play with it on our screens. We even laugh at it sometimes. But we need walls around it, or else it becomes real. Closing thought. In the end, what we watch says more about us than we realize. Not who we are, but who we might become if no one was watching.